The siren's blaring again. That means it's time for another Truthnado. This one is about WrestleMania, the event Vince McMahon wanted to call the Colossal Tussle. Luckily, a man named Howard Finkel came up with the name WrestleMania, and everyone decided that was a better name. Here's my first small Truthnado about WrestleMania. It changed the way the American people view professional wrestling. When we talk about wrestling today, it's post-WrestleMania, much like when Superbowl, they talk about post-Superbowl era or pre-Superbowl era. See, what the WWF did, they were the first wrestling organization that broadcast nationwide. Before that, everyone had their own little territories, and no network would show wrestling. It was all local. So every part of the country had their own stable of wrestlers. No one was watching the same wrestling. Now, all of a sudden, they were. And the WWF at the time, now the WWE, had to up their game. Their champion at the time was a guy called Bob Backlund, who was a great technical wrestler. He was a babyface. He didn't have a gimmick, probably not the best TV. So what did Vince McMahon do? He brought in the Iron Sheik from Iran. Now, folks did not like Iran at the time because of the Iran hostage crisis. They had like 52 American citizens. They held them hostage. And for some reason, Jimmy Carter didn't come in and blow the place up and take them home. So he was hated. He was a heel. He came in, he beat Bob Backlund, and now your champion is this Iranian Sheik. And who's going to get him? When in comes Hulk Hogan, all six of them with his blonde hair and his 23-inch python arms. He beats the Iron Sheik. Now he's the nation's first big hero all across the country. And so they needed a platform for him. He needed a bigger stage. So they teamed him up with Mr. T, and they put him in this big event called WrestleMania, which led up to other events. Probably one of the most colossal, iconic moments of early WrestleMania, I think WrestleMania 3, was when Hulk Hogan body slammed the only wrestler to share his amount of fame during the territory days, and that was Andre the Giant. Andre was 7'4", 505 pounds at the time, I believe. And Hulk Hogan body slammed him, and the nation went nuts. But here's my big F5 Truthnado. Body slamming Andre the Giant wasn't that big of a deal. A lot of people, other people did it. Harley Race did it. Stan the Lariat Hansen did it. Even Jake the Snake Roberts, who's not that big of a guy for wrestlers, he body slammed him a couple times in Japan because Andre liked him and it was his idea. So one of the most iconic events in professional wrestling had happened many times before, but this time they just packaged it well in WrestleMania. That's our Truthnado. Please share, subscribe, and do that other stuff. Until next time.